Just 1 month ago, I took our NewsNation viewers to a typically lively Chicago neighborhood that turned into a ghost town in the first few weeks of the Trump administration's crackdown on illegal immigrants. And then just yesterday, I actually went back to that exact same neighborhood to see how things are going there and whether or not normalcy had returned. Take a look. The Pilsen neighborhood is buzzing with life. It's a much different scene than in January, when the people living in this predominantly Hispanic Chicago neighborhood shut themselves in, fearing the possibility of widespread immigration operations.
Maybe for like a week or so, there was word on the street, right? Like, okay, maybe, we're going to be affected by it. But after that, they were like, okay, nobody's messing with us, and people are just going about their daily lives.
At one point, Chicago was being considered as ground zero for immigration enforcement. Border czar Tom Homan reportedly was considering making an example out of the sanctuary city. But at least anecdotally, Chicago hasn't seen the crackdown people once feared.
I really haven't seen any ICE trucks or policemen walking around asking people for IDs or anything like that.
The Department of Homeland Security tells NewsNation in the first 50 days of the Trump administration, ICE has made more than 30,000 arrests. And officials say nearly half of them were convicted criminals. But despite our multiple requests, DHS has refused to share any arrest numbers specific to Chicago. Do you know how many arrests Immigration and Customs Enforcement have made here in Chicago? Because we have trouble getting that data.
No, we have not.
Chicago Alderman Ray Lopez says immigration enforcement is police work that should be applauded by everyone who values public safety.
So these are individuals who mean to do harm not just in communities, but to our entire country, our way of life. Those should be our targets.
Lopez, a Democrat who's often condemned for his outspoken criticism of Mayor Brandon Johnson, says he sees Chicago being infiltrated by dangerous criminals and gang members.
They not only brought with them some of their gang connections like the Tren de Aragua, but they also joined local gangs here in the city of Chicago, regardless of ethnic background.
DHS says more than 1,000 gang members have been arrested nationally. And the locals I spoke to say they actually approve when it's the dangerous people that are the ones being locked up.
Just because an immigrant is doing stealing or killing or raping, it doesn't mean that everybody is a rapist or a killer.
What they don't approve of? Federal agents arresting hard-working, honest, asylum-seeking men and women. You see signs just like this one all over the Pilsen neighborhood, and it serves two purposes. Number one, it helps ensure people that they know their rights if they were to ever encounter ICE. But then also, number two, it helps reassure them that they're watching each other's backs.
We protect each other, so we are protecting each other, so looking around the neighbors.
From the beginning, Homan says he wants ICE to focus its attention on criminals and public safety threats. It's part of the reason why DHS is promoting self-deportation within its recent $200 million advertising campaign.
If you leave now, you may have an opportunity to return and enjoy our freedom and live the American dream.
Most people I spoke to say it's unlikely undocumented immigrants will willingly return to their native countries. But DHS says self-deportation is the best way to protect ICE agents, save U.S. tax dollars, and minimize arrests of asylum seekers the next time agents enter the neighborhood.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.